Gabs, what would your starting lineup be? Would you change anything?
Oh, starting lineup.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Were you prepared for that question?
No. I wasn't
Did
prepared.
Did Ollie not tell you that?
Mate, it's difficult to even... I don't know, mate. How fit is Saka? How fit is Declan Rice? Rashford, I probably wouldn't start, but then Gordon, come on, is Gordon better coming off the bench? That's what people say about Rashford.
Tell me your starting 11.
Okay, I'm going to go with Pickford in goal.
Yep.
He's got to do better. Cover that near post. Can't concede it near post.
Can I ask, sorry. If he makes the same mistake again, do you drop him?
No.
You don't? Okay.
No, there's not a good enough backup, I don't think. I'm going to go Jed Spence at right back. I'm going to go Konsa, Gahey, O'Reilly. I'm going to go with Declan Rice, Anderson, Bellingham. I'm going to go with Saka, Gordon, and Kane.
Okay.
I'm going to start your best side.
I don't think I can disagree with any of that.
Don't start your best side. Declan Rice, this could be your last game in this World Cup. You can't be resting players. If he's fit enough, I'm not saying play an injured player. If he's fit enough to play him.
Yeah. Okay. Lots to talk to our next guest about, including, of course, the altitude, how that might affect team selection, or even how we play, or even the substitutes when you bring players on, when you take them off. Yeah. Let's ask a man all those questions and more, because he's coached more domestic England games than anyone else. As we say hello and good morning to Neil Warnock. Morning, Neil. Morning, Neil.
Yeah, morning, Gabby. Morning. I do laugh at you too. You do make me laugh, you too.
Oh, that's very kind. That's
in a good way or bad way?
In a good way, right, Neil?
In a good way, Gabby.
Good, okay. Right,
good way.
Will you be laughing, or will the England players be laughing at the altitude? I'm guessing not. Have you ever coached a team at that high altitude?
Yeah, but not only pre-season friendly. That's not the same, is it? You know, I don't think people realise, talking to the people, you know, over the years, talking to people that have played in it, I agree with, I don't know which one of you said it, but I think they'll have to change. They won't be able to press all the time.
That was me. I said that.
Well, we both said it.
I said that.
They won't be able to press all the time. That's not in a million years. Not at that altitude. So it's going to have to be a tactical thing. I think that they get. I think this will be their hardest game, mate. If they get through here, I think they'll beat Brazil, mate. I think this will be the hardest game. So it's
just because of the altitude.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, they aren't bad with the home. I can't begin to tell you, when you've got 80,000 fans behind you and there's bloody altitude, you know, it does inside your head, does go a little bit in certain players if they're not used to that sort of, not hatred, but you know what
but Neil, I think as well, when you watch the Mexican games, any tackle, you've got 80,000 going crazy. Their passion for football in that stadium. And you've got to have to have characters, aren't you? Whoever's playing in that England side, do you need characters on Monday?
I think so. I mean, I think it's all going to be back. It's going to go down to how the back four do, because, I think really when you look at the top sides, the back four that played the other day, you know, were poor, weren't it? Really.
Yeah.
And I think that they'll have to step up. I can see it though. I can, I look at Goye and Conce, and I think that, and I like it highly. It'll be interesting to see who he plays at right back. Personally, I think he might play Quansah there.
Who would you play there?
I'd play John Stones, mate.
At right back?
Yeah, I would.
There's been a lot of talk about the fact that Thomas Tuchel might have taken the wrong players, certainly defensively in this squad. Do you think he's made a mistake with his selections? And if so, who would you have taken to this squad that he hasn't?
I don't. I think whatever squad he picks, Andy, is going to be questioned by certain people. You can never please everybody as a manager. He's got to believe in what he thinks. You know, he's seen the dressing room and he's decided to leave one or two people out. I mean, Luke Shaw for me on the end of the season. I thought he warranted a position. Do you know what I mean? That area. But he's seen something else, and you've got to go with him. Really, he's the top manager.
Would you have taken Trent?
I'm not 100% sure about that. I know it's all. I think we need a good defender. That's what I think we need as a fullback. I think we've got the best midfield in the whole tournament. The three midfield. Anderson. I mean, that ball through to Bellingham for the second goal. I mean. That's what we've got to do when it's altitude. We've got to have a pass going forward, picking the lines, not pass sideways, like a lot of the teams are doing. And Anderson just gives us that. And Bellingham, I think he's on fire again. I think that makes I like Gordon starting. He had a bad game the first game, but I don't know whether people realise that they had a fullback against him that didn't worry about anything else in the game. He just man-marked him like I used to do with teams when we come up against the best teams. And he never let him go down the line, whereas I think Gordon's the only one that does go down the line. And I think he'll start probably with Maduka again, because I think Saka and Rashford for half an hour would be the difference. Yes. I think they would make the difference. So that's how I see it. I mean,
I'm so glad, Neil, you come on and agreed with like the problems with the altitude and the home advantage, because we got so many messages, so many calls, and you see it on social media. Oh, it's okay then. So if France were playing Mexico, would you be saying the same about them? Yes, you would, because this is a game, isn't it, Neil, where tactics are going to be crucial. You're going to have to maybe sit back a lot more. Choose when you're running behind, choose when you press, and every substitute you can make is going to be used, isn't it, mate?
If you've not come up against it, and most people in England that are watching this game in the pubs won't have come up against anything like this. So I just think we've got to cross his fingers that the best players come through. I mean, we have got the best striker going. I mean, the second goal, wow,
amazing.
So it was. I really enjoyed it. I just think that we've got to. I think he'll tweak it now. I do think he'll change tactics, Gabby. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does it now, because yes, we can sit back a little bit, but we've still got to have that penetrative pass. We've still got to have wide players going past people, and everything the other night, coming back inside all the time. Yes, even if you lose it, I used to tell to my wingers, I'm not bothered how many times, take your man on. I'm not bothered how many times you lose it. I will never give you a rollicking if you take him on and be positive.
Neil, I played there half my career left wing, and when I got the ball and had the opportunity, I was so excited to take my fullback on. I didn't want to pass it back, because when will I get the ball again?
But you also, Gabby, I saw you play there. You went down the line.
Yeah.
You didn't always come inside and look for an easy pass.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter if you lose it. If you lose it, your next mate, your mate picks up the rebound up. So I really want them to be positive in what they do in the game.
Neil, I have to ask you. We've seen a lot of clips of Thomas Tuchel shouting at players from the dugout. Some people are saying he's too harsh. Do you think the players have the character to handle this from the sideline? Is it something that just happens every single week in football anyway?
Yeah, of course it is. You get frustrated as a manager and you see things happening on the pitch which you're not happy with, and you vent your anger. And I think that's him being the man he is, really. I mean, some of the players upset him, and some, then you see you put your arm around him at the end of the game. I think it's all a matter of man management now, this, and it's, I look at the whole situation now. The midfield three, I mean, wow. I've not seen out like Anderson, Rice and Bellingham. And Bellingham looked like he was just like a young pup again. I remember at Birmingham, Gabby, with him.
Yeah.
I had an experienced midfield player, right? And we're playing against Birmingham. And he's 16 years old. And I said to this lad, you've got a kid playing against you today. Just sort him out. Just give him a big whack, and you'll never get another look at.
He'll want to come off.
He ran the whole show, Gabby. He ran the whole bloody show at 16 years of age.
Incredible, isn't it? He's a 16-year-old, wasn't he? But more like a 21-year-old at 16.
Yeah.
Neil, where are you watching the game? You setting your alarm for it? What are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. Do you know, I made the mistake of getting up to watch Scotland at 1 o'clock, and it killed me the next day.
Shame their players didn't set their alarm.
I know. Listen, I thought Ben Doak was their best player, but he got dropped second game. I thought, bloody hell. But
are you gonna watch it? Are you gonna watch it live?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it live. I
was gonna say you could go to the pub, but he's probably got a pub in his house.
Have you got a pub in your house, Neil?
I haven't got a pub in my house. No, I'll be on. I've just had a new hip fitted. Right? Hey, listen, you laugh, but I had it fitted with a robot. Can you believe it?
I've heard about that.
I know. I can't believe it, me. I didn't even see the robot. I just closed my eyes.
Yeah, but you're asleep. Presumably you're knocked out for it, right?
No, I weren't. I only had the old jabs down your spine, whatever
Did you?
it is.
Oh, he's a brave man.
How long did that take?
It took about an hour, something like that.
And a robot did it?
Something like a robot, yeah. Bloody hell.
Where were you? Tesco's?
I said I can't even buy him a drink, can I?
How are you doing now? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Great.
good. I'm gonna have a gin and tonic tonight watching the game. All right.
Amazing. You've earned it. You're a superstar. Thanks so much. A real
Top
pleasure.
man, Neil.
Thanks, Gabby.
Look after
Cheers,
yourself,
guys.
Thanks,
mate.
man.
What a
Well,
guy.
He's great, isn't he?
Oh, amazing, mate.
Neil Warnock there.
Legend. I'd love to
That's
play.
where we're going now, isn't it? Robots doing operations. Have your tonsils out, little
Legend,
robot.
mate. Accidentally take your tongue out.
Wait,
Wait, coming
you
outside.
don't want to go into that operating theatre the wrong way round, do you? God knows what we're missing.